Howdy y'all, Christi here with Little Salty Homesteader. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am here this morning to bring you your October direct sow list for your North Texas vegetable garden. Now North Texas is a very unique climate to grow in because we have relatively mild winters, which enables us to be able to grow food almost year round with just a little bit of frost protection to protect some of those winter plants from super cold. But for October, there's only a few things that you can direct sow into your vegetable garden, but they're all super useful in the kitchen. So let's go ahead and get started with that list. So first up, we have radishes. Now radishes are a fast growing root vegetable. Compact varieties can be planted anywhere, including containers, raised beds, and in-ground spaces. If you're growing a variety like a daikon radish, that's going to be better suited for raised beds or in the ground. But otherwise, you can tuck these bad boys in wherever you have a little bit of space to plant them. Most varieties will reach maturity in 30 days, but those daikon or watermelon varieties will require 60. So they take a little bit longer before you can harvest them, but the rest of them are going to be relatively fast growing for you. So popular varieties of radish include cherry bell, Easter egg mix, and then again that watermelon radish. And ways that you can utilize radishes include roasting, eating raw on salads and stuff, pickling, and fermenting. The next variety of seeds that you can direct sow in the month of October here in North Texas is going to be kale. Now kale is a nutritious leafy green with versatility in the kitchen. It grows well in containers, raised beds, and in ground. So even if you're growing in a small space, you can make some room for a little bit of leafy greens there. Now the cool thing about kale is that it tastes better in colder temperatures and it is super frost hardy. So you could probably grow this through the winter with very, very little protection. Some varieties are frost hardy all the way down to 10 degrees. Kale typically reaches maturity in 50 to 70 days, but you can harvest the baby leaves as soon as 30 days if you care more, if you prefer the tender, smaller leaves better. Popular varieties of kale include Red Russian, Lacinato, and Red Boar, although I've had really good success here in North Texas with this blue curled Scotch. Kale can be utilized in soups, smoothies, stews. You can roast them off to make kale chips. You can use it in salads. You can use it as wraps. So fresh or cooked, this is going to be a great staple for your kitchen. Both of those varieties can be direct sown up until October the 15th. Now the next varieties that I'm going to talk about can be planted throughout the entirety of October, although this first one is better suited to get it in the ground at the end of October. Hi buddy. Hello. All right, so that next variety is going to be garlic. Now garlic is one of the most versatile crops in the kitchen. There's two main types. There's going to be hard neck varieties and soft neck varieties. Typically soft neck varieties do better in North Texas, but there are some hard neck varieties that you can plant here, including Music and Creole. So both of those are hard necks that you can grow here. Otherwise try to stick to the soft neck varieties. So with garlic, you're going to separate all of the cloves from the bulb and plant the cloves individually, and then those individual cloves will then grow into a bulb. Garlic is a cold tolerant variety that reaches maturity in 8 to 10 months. So you have to get it started now and wait that whole long time until May or June, and then you can begin harvesting it, let it cure, and then utilize it however you wish. Popular varieties of garlic to grow in North Texas include Italian white, silver skin, and then one of the hard neck varieties is going to be Music. Now garlic, as you well know, has probably some of the most versatility in the kitchen. You can roast it, you can dehydrate it, you can ferment it, you can pickle it, you can saute it, you can add it to almost anything, any savory dish to give it a little bit more flavor. So this is part of probably almost every single recipe that I cook in my kitchen. So definitely something that needs to go in every vegetable gardener's garden. And then lastly, we have some cool season herbs. So if you have tried to grow dill, parsley, or cilantro in the summer, you likely found that it didn't do very well. It either bolted or it withered and died. Growing it now in the month of October and into November and possibly December is going to give you a much healthier, happier harvest because these are cool weather herbs. So often they're also planted as companion plants, but if you've eaten anything that has any sort of flavor at all, you'll know that these have wonderful culinary uses as well. The good thing about these cool weather herbs is they do have some frost tolerance, but they're not going to be hardy through deep freezes. So again, you'll likely get to harvest them through November, possibly early December, but once we start reaching those super cold temperatures, these are going to fizzle out unless you have a way to protect them. So with these herbs, you can begin harvesting them as early as 30 days, but you can just kind of cut and come again with these. So you just come out, cut what you need, let the rest continue to grow. And these can be grown in containers, raised beds, or in ground. Dill is often used in pickling applications, but you can also use it in salad dressings, marinades, fresh cooking. You can add it to soups, stews, all those different kinds of things. Cilantro's most popular application is going to be in salsa and guacamole, but you can also make things like chimichurri, different sort of sauces, salad dressings, marinades. You can add it as like a fresh element to your salads and stuff, so also very useful. And then parsley is sort of the Italian cilantro. So you can add it to any sort of sauce, soup, stew. You can add fresh bits to your salads and things like that. You can dehydrate it and utilize it as a dried herb. Also very, very useful. All of these crops that you can direct sow in October are going to be incredibly versatile and incredibly useful in your kitchens through the winter and back into the spring whenever we can start growing some of those other fun things for the garden. But that is basically the entirety of the direct sow list for North Texas for the month of October. If you found this video useful and you would like to see more monthly direct sow lists, please like, subscribe, and comment. Otherwise, until next time, go find a way to get those garden manicures. Bye!